everyone, welcome to Fearless Women Wednesday, where we celebrate all things fearless women. Please help me welcome my guest, Candice Lambert, celebrity stylist and costume designer. Just waiting for Candice. I don't know about you guys, but my hair is a little fuzzy today from all the rain here in New York. Looks like Candice is joining us now.
Hi,
Candice!
how are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I'm good. I'm hanging in there in these times.
I love the red lip.
Hey, it's been a while since it's been on. Hasn't really been anywhere to go, but I thought I'd celebrate myself today because I'm actually talking to you and another
Absolutely.
human.
I love it. Are you calling in from California?
I am.
How's the weather out there?
It's actually pretty nice. It's about 70s right now. It's getting in that
beautiful.
little bit of fall time, which we love because it's been really, really hot.
Yeah. It's really dreary here in New York. Raining and gloomy.
Oh, sorry.
But this interview with you is a breath of fresh air, so I'm going to dive right into our questions.
Okay.
All right. So you're known for your eclectic fashion choices, marrying street style with couture looks. Having styled photo shoots, music videos, and every major red carpet event in both fashion and music industries, while staying true to yourself and your clients. Your career has taken a complete 180, having been a lieutenant in the U.S. Coast Guard and now a celebrity stylist to superstar Kelly Clarkson, Green Day, Pentatonix, Stonicatic, and Garbage, just to name a few. At what moment did you decide, I want to be in the fashion industry while being a lieutenant for the U.S. Coast Guard?
That's a really good question. I get that question often. Or like, how did that happen? I was in the Coast Guard for 9 years active duty. I went over to Iraq for a year. I served in the war over there. And when I came back, I was kind of, a little exhausted. I'd been doing it a long time. And you really get lost in serving and community and serving the people. And you kind of devote your entire life to that. And I kind of just had this moment where I was like, what did you want to do when you were a kid? When you were 18, what was your dream before you started this? And I wanted to be in fashion and music. I wanted to do music videos. I was obsessed with music. I was obsessed with clothes. I would remake outfits. And so I decided to get out and stay in the reserves and go to LA and do internships. And that's what I did. I did a lot of internships.
That's amazing. And it's so inspiring that you served for our country overseas and, went on to this next career as well.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So before you began styling, what was navigating the fashion world like for you?
I try to think back what I did before I do what I do now. It's really hard. I kind of just made a lot of things. You know how you recreate in a cheaper version of what you see other people wear? I would just dig around for them. I did a lot of vintage shopping, obviously. I would just try to find, like, even Forever 21 or H&M or Zara, all those places, have the things that are really trendy right now and affordable. And you kind of just go out and get different pieces and mix and match. And that's kind of how I always did it.
Okay. I mean, I still do that. So yeah. I'm glad coming from the guru of fashion. That works.
Me too. Trust me.
Okay. Where does inspiration come from for your clients and how does it strike you?
I mean, I think everybody gets inspiration in different ways. We all kind of copy each other, like Blondie or, the Ramones or whoever it is, you kind of emulate the people that you grew up watching and listening to. It could even be a celebrity. It could be an actor. It could be a TV show actress. It could be your mom. You know, you kind of just rip off of everything you've seen in your life, and you go from there and try to create your own version of that. That's what I think.
I like that. Okay, so what does your creative process look like when you're asked to style for a client? Is it collaborative, and how has that impacted you during the pandemic?
It's always collaborative for me. I don't like, my thing is I don't like to just create somebody and be like, this is who you're going to be. You know, I don't do that. I want to know who you want to be, and then I want to help you get there.
I love that.
It's your idea, and I'm just going to be your travel guide to get to the end of that. During the pandemic, it's been a little difficult because everything shut down. And, you know, obviously Kelly kept filming through the whole entire pandemic from her ranch, and then back in LA. So, I mean, stores were shut down. Malls just reopened in LA. I can't even remember, maybe a month ago, a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then trying to get stuff online, shipping was held up. So it was a little bit of a struggle. But I did a lot of online shopping. Tons of it, because I couldn't go anywhere.
Right. We had some of those issues too with shipping orders internationally, and people are like, where are my shoes? I'm like, they're in customs, they're on their way.
Like, I swear I sent them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
How would you describe your personal aesthetic?
I love Japanese wear. I'm probably a little bit of goth mixed in with a little bit of punk, mixed in with a little bit of Chanel.
That's like the perfect combination.
Yeah. I definitely have I don't want to say edgier side, but I definitely go towards the, more rock side of things. But I also like things to be pretty clean with a little bit of disruption in there, if that makes sense.
I love it. Okay. Have you discovered anything about yourself in a broader sense since you began your career as a stylist?
Yeah, for sure. Being in the military, going from a career where everything is so structured and you train a lot, it's just very disciplined. I have found that I really enjoy my creative side a lot. Like, I get a lot out of that. And I don't think I ever knew that my boundaries were endless in that field. And that's kind of fun to think about, that I can just keep recreating myself, recreating for others. It's pretty amazing. And I love that part of it. It's so freeing.
I can imagine going from something that was so regimented to like this whirlwind of what fashion is.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's really, the boundaries are endless of what you can do and what you're capable of.
Yeah, you just keep pushing yourself over and over, and your client,
For sure. What in your mind are the staples every woman should have in her wardrobe?
Well, I think you should have a black dress. I think you should have a comfortable heel, probably a solid, something in that, what you could wear a lot, and a cute flat. Definitely. I think that you should pay for your shoes. That was my mother's thing. She used to always say is take care of your feet, and the rest you can do cheaply, And I agree with that. You can get a dress from Zara and get a really good pair of shoes, flats or a heel or a booty, and you can mix and match that. But she was right, especially since I'm on my feet all day. You definitely want to get a product on your foot that is going to take care of it, but look amazing as well.
Exactly. Well, I couldn't agree more, and that's what FSP is here to do. Empower women through their footwear. All right. Is there a current trend that you love and one that you can't wait to die off?
Okay, I'm over sportswear, like the whole street style sportswear.
Yeah.
Over the high-end sneaker with 80,000 jewels on it and a runner shoe that costs $1,200. I'm over that. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of over this whole street designer sportswear thing. I'm so in love with the 80s coming back, which if you follow me, because I love a huge sleeve.
Yes.
I love like the high shoulder. If you saw my husband and I's anniversary, we're both in Balenciaga. I'm all about it. Bring the 80s back. Let's do that.
I love it. I mean, you always are pulling Balenciaga and YSL and Isabel Marant, and I'm like, she has the best taste ever.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
All
Yeah,
right.
Isabel's going crazy with the 80s right now, and I'm
I
a
know. I actually bought my husband a menswear coat in Paris last year for his birthday from her, and I didn't know at the time that she was doing menswear. I was so excited about it, and sometimes I wear it with like a big belt around it.
You totally steal it. That's great.
Yes.
You're like, I bought this for us.
Exactly. Okay. How do you keep your clients feeling empowered?
Well, I mean, I think, you know, with me, I want to have that communication of honesty and openness. And that's how you empower them. You can't put them in something and not allow them to tell you they hate it, right?
Right.
So I just try to keep it as honest as I can. You know, like if I fail at something, if you absolutely hate it, you better tell me, because it's not really about me.
Right.
It's about them. So it's like, I want them to feel empowered through their voice and their artistic vision. And that's pretty much it. And I'm not going to be offended if you don't like it. It's okay. I don't like everything too.
Right. It's so important for someone to, especially a woman, to feel comfortable in her own skin.
Yeah. And, you know, I put that out there. If you don't like it, just speak up. We'll move on. We'll get something better. It's okay.
All right. What is the best career advice you've ever received?
Put in the work and know your craft.
Ooh, I love that. Okay. Have you ever doubted your judgment? And if so, what did you do to reassure yourself in that moment?
I mean, I think we all doubt ourselves to an extent at times, especially under pressure and stress. I kind of just always go for it and just have faith in myself.
Me too.
Sometimes I fight off these huge things and I'm like, take 4 projects at a time or do something crazy like that. And I'm like, then I just start fumbling around and I'm like, oh my God, why did I do this? Can I do this? And my assistant's like, yeah, you can do this. Shut up, you know? But then I just kind of throw myself into it because you can. We can. Everybody
Exactly.
can. You just got to really believe in yourself. And if you want it, you're going to do it. So I wouldn't have said yes if I didn't really think I could.
Right. All
so
right.
Kick myself in the butt a little bit and say, get out.
Is there a particular style moment for a client that almost didn't happen that you now laugh about?
Yeah, I've had a few. I'm trying to remember what awards it was with Kelly. I think it was the American Music Awards in Los Angeles. And she was coming out in this like feather Christian Siriano dress, and it was amazing. And no, that's not right. She was in another dress, Christian dress, and she was opening with pink. And I went to go zip up the zipper, and I couldn't get the zipper up.
Oh, no.
And I was back there like sweating, wiping sweat off my face. My assistant and I are like bent over backwards. Kelly's in the dress. It's live. She has to get out there. So we ended up just pinning her in it.
Yeah.
And literally throwing her on the stage with the pinned dress walking around. But nobody knew.
And it worked.
I almost had a heart attack, but it definitely worked. Yeah.
Yeah. We once had a live fashion show during New York Fashion Week where we were working with a designer. I think it was Stello Couture at the time. And one of the shoe straps, it was a sample, was just falling over. It was like a beautiful suede ruffle, but it was too heavy. So we used wig tape on her leg and it stuck straight up and it was perfect. And she rocked the shoes. And I was like, wig tape is the answer.
You're like, we will use it for everything.
Yes. Okay. Your daughter, Vivian, is a beaming ray of sunshine.
Yeah. Little bug.
How do you balance your career, marriage, and being a mother?
It's really hard because, you know, there's this thing called mom guilt that sucks, and, you know, you shouldn't have it. Like Melissa McCarthy's mom, she said, you know, I don't understand your generation, this guilt. You're out there working, you're putting food on the table. Like, what? Stop feeling bad. But you do. So when I'm with her, I try to be absolutely with her. Like no phones, nothing, just personal time, 100% of mom attention, and just give her everything that I have. And it could be for 15 minutes in the morning. It could be for an hour after school. Whatever I can give her, I give her. But I just try to be as present as possible.
That's important.
And we have a routine. Yeah. I mean, you do what you can. And my mom worked, and I didn't, you know, I was more proud of her when I look back at it than disappointed.
Right.
So I
My
hope
mom worked
that,
too, so it was always a balance.
yeah, you know, you feel loved. If you make them feel loved, it's okay.
That's what matters most.
Hmm.
All right. What has been your greatest form of escapism during the pandemic?
Wow. Can we talk about Tiger King? No, I'm just like,
No.
my husband and I watched all these silly things. That was pretty fun. I read a lot too. I still worked a bit with Kelly, so that was great. I was pregnant the entire pandemic, so there's that. I have another baby now.
Oh my goodness. I had no idea.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. I have a son. And then, oh my God, I think FedEx is here and I'm going to have to sign for it.
That's okay.
You can just come with me.
I mean, this is live.
This is life. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Why you put it in Encino?
I don't know why it says that.
Okay, it's
Thank you.
Encino.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. See, there we go. Life is stylist. Always getting packages. So yeah, I was pregnant the entire time, and I also had a 2-year-old, so I was trying to, navigate her not being able to go to the park and do things that she usually does, dance class, whatever. So that was kind of difficult to do because you're trying to entertain them and keep them educated. You know, every mom and dad could probably tell you the same thing right now. It was hard. It's really hard. So that's what I did during my pandemic.
Okay. Well, I mean, more power to you for spending as much time as you have with your kids when, I'm sure you do your career more often, traveling and everything. So getting to spend more time with them is probably kind of a relief.
Yeah, it was nice. And, their dad tours. He works, he's in management for a band, so he's always on the road. So we were both home and we got a lot of quality time with Vivian, which was really great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you usually decompress after a long day?
Depends. Sometimes I like to have a glass of wine. Sometimes I like to watch trash TV and just like not think about anything, just watch silly people and laugh, like mindless stuff. Like I don't want to do anything where there's a thought involved.
Yeah.
Hang out with my husband, that kind of stuff. Nothing
I
really.
love it. I like to decompress with a glass of wine as well.
Yeah.
What is your best hidden talent?
I think mixing high and low. In the fashion world, mixing high and low for sure. In real world, I don't know. I mean, I did a lot of military stuff. I guess that's a hidden talent to people who don't know me.
I mean, it was to me. But, okay, that works. Do you have a favorite vintage piece? And if so, how do you incorporate it into your looks?
I got this great jacket, a Dior jacket from Russia last year. And it's just like this striped blazer with this great lapel. And I throw it on with just jeans and like combat boots and a sweater. Just when I'm trying to look a little upscale, but also be comfortable. Like on set for a long day or something like that, I'll do that.
That sounds incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And completely glamorous and chic. What are 3 things you can't live without?
In fashion?
Just in general, it could be anything.
Wow. I mean, shouldn't I say my 3 family members? But
okay, let's make it fashion.
I can't live without creepers. I love TUKs. I can't live without a great fake fur, like a faux fur.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. I love throwing them on with jeans and a pair of sneakers and just mixing it up. And yeah, I think anything that's black or stripes or stars or dots, I need it in my life.
So did you really resonate with the characters on Schitt's Creek for wearing black and white all the time?
Yeah, my husband is like, the mom kind of reminds me of you. I was like, okay, I can see that.
I can see that, in a sense.
I love that show, by the way.
My husband and I just finished binge watching it, and I was just like distraught that it's over.
I know, it's so good. That was such a happy thing during the pandemic too. Just get
Yeah.
watched all the time. Right. And like the son is always in like Givenchy and Rick Owens.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are a fabulous family in a hotel, I must say.
Yeah. Oh, all right. What is your number one style hack?
What do you mean by that?
Like a trick of the trade that you employed when needed.
I don't know. I would say like Topstick's your friend. Do you know what Topstick is?
No.
Okay. It's like different type of tape.
Oh, okay.
And it can do anything. It can hold a lapel down. It can keep, the cleavage in. It could keep a hat on your head. There's so many things.
I need that in my life.
Yeah, just if you have a collar that's wonky, Topstick it. If you have a gap in your shirt, you Topstick it. It just does so many things.
I've definitely used double-sided tape before, but it didn't probably do as good a job as what you're talking about. Okay, who is an icon you've yet to meet, and if you did, what would the conversation look like?
Well, I mean, I would probably pick somebody dead, unfortunately. I would have loved to meet David Bowie.
Me too.
He was fabulous and before his time, or Prince. I just love their fashion. They're icons to me. And I would just love to chat with them about it and what was behind each look, because I followed each look, but I want to know why they did it. David Bowie was wearing dresses on Saturday Night Live back in like the 80s or whatever. He was so ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're so cool now. It's like, it's been done. The big shoulders in pencil skirt, he wore that on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Probably Bowie, if I could pick somebody. Somebody living right now, I don't know. I'd have to really think about that. I don't really fangirl too much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So your astrological sign is Aries. Do you feel that plays a role in how you live your life?
Yeah, I do. I think I'm 100% Aries. I'm fiery. I am an advocate. I love people, want to help people. I go after what I want. I'm probably annoying in that fact too, because I'm stubborn. It's a good thing and a bad thing, but yeah, I'm definitely an Aries. And my daughter is too, so we'll see how that goes when she's a teenager.
Oh, wow. There are so many conflicting personalities in fashion. How do you cope with them?
That's like as in designers or as in like doing a band?
I mean, you could just be on set and there's just so many cooks in the kitchen and, different personalities.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to navigate. You have to learn that, especially working with the label and management and then the band and wives or whoever wants to have an opinion in your job.
Yeah.
You kind of have to feed them all a little bit of something they wanted and make everybody completely happy. Obviously, the artist is number one. And sometimes you just care about the artist and you're like, sorry, this is what they wanted. If you have an issue, you're going to have to really talk to them about it because I work for them, basically, But I try to appease everybody because the label has a job and it's a bigger picture than we can think of sometimes. And, management as well needs things and, certain photos and certain levels of fashion. So I try to appease everyone the best to my abilities. But sometimes the artist overrules all, I shall say.
As it should be. So how long does it take you to choose your outfit in the morning on a somewhat normal day? Or do you choose it the night before? And are your shoes chosen first or last when putting together a look?
I don't really take that long. I think that's the military part of me. I get ready pretty quick. I would say maybe 30 minutes. If I'm showering, 45. My shoes are always the last. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really, people are always like, the outfit goes off the shoes. No, the shoes go last for me. I get that. Men tell me that a lot. It's off the shoes. I'm like, what?
I mean, because I'm a shoe designer, I typically base it off of my shoes. But sometimes there's a fabulous dress or a fabulous pair of jeans and top that you want to make work, and then you choose the shoes to go with it. So
yeah,
I think it's a balance. What advice would you give to the next generation of hopefuls dreaming about being in the fashion world or being a stylist?
I would say 1, go for it. 2, intern. See, the generation does not like to hear that word.
Yeah.
Intern. You have to intern. Get with a stylist. Intern. You know, get your meals paid, get your gas paid. It's priceless. Be willing to work your little butt off and learn the craft, because that's the only way. You know, I interned, and then I was a second assistant, and then I was a first assistant, and then I knew everything I needed to know to be able to be on my own. And this industry has a lot to do with money. You have a lot of budgets. You have a lot of clothes that are worth stuff. You have to be responsible, you know, that kind of thing. And you need somebody to be able to teach you that, so you know how to, you know, be the best you can be and not get in trouble or get fired.
Of course.
But yeah, know your craft.
I completely agree with that. I interned, I don't know, maybe it's 7 different internships throughout college to figure out where I wanted to go as well. And I think hard work pays off, as we can see with your career here.
And same for you. You also, that's when you meet people. You might meet somebody on set that has a low budget video and liked you and liked your personality and how you worked, and they might call you. You just never know. That stuff's kind of priceless to get your foot in the door.
Definitely. Well, this interview has been amazing. I'm so happy we had a chance to speak.
It's so nice talking to you. I should interview you next time.
I would love that.
Maybe we'll switch roles.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Candice, and being part of our 2nd edition of Fearless Women Wednesday. And for those of you who've missed it, we will have the interview live within 1 hour on our IGTV.
Thanks, sweetie. It was good
All right,
talking to you.
thanks so much.
Hey, stay safe.
You
Take care.
too.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.